Okay. First of all, I just want to say thank you, God. Um, things have been really bad with me because as a target individual, when these perps have no ways to gaslight you, well, they still gaslight you, but the gaslighting is not working. Discovering how validated you are, that they are doing the same things to you that they do to others, and these perps wanting you to accept and internalize this manipulation. And like I said in a lot of my videos, I've been putting, I don't, my other phone is not working well, but I was going to show the things that they typically do. There's nothing new, but I'll make another video at some point. But these perps have been dismantled in the way they wanted to break me down. Fortunately for us, Target Individual, at this point, we have channels to provide our testimonials. Those testimonials help because these perps do everything possible to make you internalize this manipulation. And the participation of who's involved in this are also validated. Neighbors, this teenage trash, this childishness around you that's involved in this is all validated. And I put that in their face. And if there's a need of confrontation, they know they will confront somebody who's fully aware with who they're dealing with. Like, I know that what's presented to me is presented to others, and the atrocities that they're part of are well known. So for me, I keep that in my mind. If we do face, if they play their game, it's, for me, I know I have nothing to lose at this point. So it's like trying to push somebody to crash out that has nothing to lose, and expect them to maintain the decency. Now, obviously, things are going to go left. But it's been bad for me because I've been using like this ChatGPT apps that basically scrape the internet to find things that you're looking for. So I've been searching or looking for testimonials, as I'm saying that they try to gaslight me with their retardation, about targeting video testimonials. And just to put that in their faces, looking for something more local, like, okay, well, in New York City, I have this, and obviously New York City is one of the biggest city in the world. So if this is happening anywhere else, it's going to happen in New York first. Right? So it's not going to be a problem finding testimonials of what's happening to me be mentioned by other target individual in New York City. It's obvious. If I was maybe in a smaller city, then it'd be harder to find something. But being in New York City, it's easy to hear other testimonials that's so dead on, and I make it so obvious. So when it's time to face with these clowns, it's gonna be very bad. I've never internalized these things. I knew that this is what they do to me. Now, I was disgusted by it and could have just messed with my self-image at some point, but things have gone so bad at this point in regard of like, I'm so strong in understanding what's happening. I'm so strong in understanding that they want me to see myself in this fashion. I will never internalize this manipulation. And that's what they've been doing. And they use this loserness, this trash, whose job, they are professional retards. What I mean by that, and I'm sorry for using this crude language, is they will behave as dumbness, like they'll dumb themselves down as much as possible to gaslight you. Almost becoming mentally challenged level of rationalizing. Like almost to that level. And they utilize a lot of childlike participants. Well, that's not going to be a short for, like, it's really like very, it's not going to be a hard for some non-adult to be idiotic. Matter of fact, they start gamifying it. They think it's a game. And the thing is, like, being a target individual, a lot of things that's happened to you is done remotely. So let's not say, honestly, there's no need to be a brave human being in this case. So these perps have done more damaging things to my body. I can feel it because I've been looking at the testimonials. That's just so validating. I was just got done watching. They try to make me say some disturbing things. I was reading the testimonial of a woman from New York City that I interviewed with this person who's talking to a target individual. They were talking about how some of the disgusting manipulation consists of forcing them to get sexual arousals toward their own children. Okay, here in New York City. Now, when you have damning validation of that nature, that the people doing that to you are known to be doing this kind of tormenting things to women toward their own children, it doesn't take a genius to figure that, okay, well, is there something that they're doing here? Now, these perps, they have to stay in character. Even with damning type of validation of that nature, that you guys are so disgusting that not only you force people to get sexual arousals toward children, you even do that toward the parents, toward their children. Some repulsed by even having the touch of their children on them. And then being gaslighted by some next door neighbors, some teenage trash. And still try to gaslight me. And the tactics, the psychological tactic, try to sound innocent, have like a veneer of innocence, try to be presented in front of you so you can be like, oh my gosh, they're so innocent. They wouldn't do the trash ass. They use this teenage shit. Even when they interact with me via video, they even still try to sound innocent. I will spit in their face. You know how disgusting it is when you hear somebody try to sound innocent to cover up the fact they force people to get sexual arousal toward their own children? You just want to just in the face. You're just disturbed by these fuckers. And they still try to guys like, yeah, there's something there, there's something. It's like, I just read a woman testifying that she's being forced to get sexual arousal to her own kid, you piece of shit. Of course there's something. 2 seconds, I was trying to make this video, and I'm cleaning up, making space in my phone, because I take screenshot of everything they do. Is the ad, the this and that, everything they do to me, every nasty things they do, and they try to make me say everything I do. They try to flip words around. This is part of ventriloquism, that even that can be validated. Everything they do to me, the manipulation, the disgusting. When I see an ad, stimulation, boom. Because there's a child there. I take a screenshot of that because you've seen my videos. I'll show it. Unfortunately, my other phone is just, I need to look for it. But I show this because they want me to internalize this manipulation as if I'm not being manipulated. That's the game. I'm disturbed, yes, but I will never internalize these things. And this trash want me to subscribe to the things they do to others. The thing is, I look for the extreme obviousness of their manipulation, that it just shows like that's how nasty they are. That they're not only forcing people to get these sexual arousals, that they will do that to the parents of them. That also the parents can't even look at their children without getting these disgusting experiences. And I'm like, go ahead, try to gaslight me. If I know you even do that to the capable of doing this, and this is here. This clown's still wanting me to subscribe to this. So as I was making space to make this video, I see a screenshot of an ad of like a family where there's a child, and I was like, they stimulated me. Toward this like little kids. There was like a boy, a little girl, and they stimulated me. I didn't even barely see the kids because I was scrolling so fast. But I could tell there was like a little kid there. A little girl specifically, they start stimulating me. I was like, oh, see how this is matching to this. Like, it matches with what you guys do. It matches with the tactics, the gameplay, the game book of forcing people to get these experiences when they see these children. They try to get you to accept, now it matches, you matches, now it matches, retards, and they send the fucking clowns. That when I call them this childish trash that gamifies things that they don't even understand how they deserve to be killed for it, and they don't even understand what the rage they put in people. This class is disgusting, and this is the norm. And then finding out how like this they use these teenagers to mock, these testimonials. They can be as specific as in the Bronx, which is not too far from where I live. This woman was holding her child, and her child started holding her ears because she was feeling pain or something like that. And teenage kids were mocking this child because like, oh, something is popping in your brain, or something is burning your brain. This is around here. Everything. This trash doing the noise campaign, all these things. Like, now we prove that it's trash. They still want to convince you. It's like, now people, everybody who is involved in that, they know what they're part of. They're supposed to even try to put fear into that. We prove this. Like, I prove that you forced this to even mothers toward the children, you disgusting fucker. Just because they contract retards, like, you think I'm going to be retarded with you? Clown ass. Oh, I used to use the same testimonials to validate what they do. It's like, listen, you guys do this today. Are you guys bored? You want some new testimonials? I'm talking to this trash. Do you want to hear something else about like a mother being forced? Like, where do you want? There's plenty of testimonials of women toward their babies, when they walk into the park, when they go to the train. What you want? Something more local. You hear how you guys are so heroes and known for your heroic things? You nasty trash. Trash like heroes, like you mocking children being tortured. Like, what you want? Even the framing. How these teenagers try to like act like they're victims and this and that. And earlier, I heard this retard clown. She was talking about, I'm a senior and I'll watch. I'm a freaking retard. They would try to bring up when I used to go to this place, this nightclub. I started going there when I was a senior in high school. I started going there when I was 18. Till I'm 23. I'm in my 30s, late 30s, by the way. This dress like I'm a senior. You try to gaslight me. It's like, yeah, I used to go there even in your 20s. Yes, even in my teens. My late teens, my early 20s. You're a nasty teenage trash today, involved in a program where they're mocking children being cooked. They're a bunch of retards. They're trying to be like, no, we validated because when you were 20, you dated somebody who's 36 months younger than you. This is the kind of retard I deal with. That's involved in this program. Listen, they try to also distract the fact that it's been validated that these fuckers are this diabolical to even babies and women, and this nasty manipulation is disgusting, but it's commonly done. Every type of things they done to me can be validated because there's a tactic here, a strategical tactic that is implemented onto target individual that you can trace back with other target individual saying the same thing. Doesn't take genius. It's funny how they try to be like, oh, he's so wise. I'm like, okay, listen, I'm not going to even try to make myself believe that it just takes a genius to see why this is happening. It's just they're dumbing themselves down to the point where they're making me feel like a genius for finding out the obvious. And they use these clowns around you that push you into a retard state. That even just seeing, okay, well, they're doing this to mothers toward their children, and everything else I can. Then they're utilizing this little teenage clown ass yelling with this fake ass emotion. The emotion is just because they've been exposed. It's like, I wonder why they use such a emotional mature individual to partake in this. Now they're using people who are easily can dumb themselves down, which they're not too far from that retardation state. Everything. When they try to play the feminist and not even the feminist adventures, they say, it's like trash. So you want to hear some New York stories about what you guys do to women? And how they use women to try to gaslight those women, to silence those women? Like, what you want? How you not gonna care about that? Because you're involved in that? Clown trash. Disgusting trash. And then you send this teenager, come with your rage. First of all, if you think that this disgusting thing that you make me experience this thought process, when I hear mothers at this point dealing with that, but brace yourself. Brace yourself. Brace. Send these retards. Send these clowns. I know what it's gonna be bad. I'm not here to threaten anybody, warn anybody of violence, but the way things are so, it's just this. And because of that, they've been damaging my body. They're like, yeah, you died for that. They're like, you're making children suffer for that, you piece of shit. They use these teenagers that become like, they create this little persona and there's like, yeah, with the poof, all the babies are cooked up, covered up. Do your little salsa dance for that. When I say salsa dance, is because this loserness, at some point, they really think they can override the obvious. They want to play their adventures, yeah. And I was listening to testimonials of women who witnessed their children suffering, damaged by this program. And this trash came with all this attitude. When I started listening to that, she started like moving around, like, just uncomfortable. And I was like, you start doing a little dancing, because, she was just moving herself, like she just didn't even know how to stay put. It was just too much. It's like, start doing a little dance, huh? Because you see what I know what you guys are part of, huh? You little freak ass rage, huh? And you try to dance your way out. It wasn't really literally dancing. She was just moving like back and forth. You can see she was uncomfortable. She's just like, oh. Wait, what do you think? I think they gaslight themselves. And they're like, no, I pay for what you did as a child. This is so trash ass. This definitely do. How you pay for what you do to children? Pay for what you're involved in. That's these things to children, you piece of fucking no life. You join this. You know what they do to babies. You have fun participating in that. Some of you have done this. It's fun. It's easy for you guys. You enjoy this. And want to live your little fantasized reality when you're cooking genitals of babies. Which is the normal sad things that you got involved in. Then start dancing around when I bring that up. Fake ass, trash ass, low life will come with your fake rage. That can just stay strong. This little clown talking, yeah, you're not this nuts. It's so innocent, you piece of fucking low life. Nasty and I was like, man, it's over. They've been so dismantled in the facade they wanted to paint themselves. From the manipulations, validated. From the torture and the harm of women, validated. From the tortures and the harm of babies, validated. Literally, infants. They're like, 4. Woman describing a 4-year-old being tortured. Cooked via these direct energy weapons. Like holding her stomach because they're in pain. And teenagers laughing about it, mocking these kids. Nah. this nasty ass manipulation where even their own kids, listen, that is the worst. That is the ultimate worst thing. Forget about, for me, they tell me how they're gonna sell me in half, they're gonna do this and that, they're gonna castrate me, they're gonna do this. They try to compensate for the fact that the horrible things they do has been validated and toward even babies. And so they're like, oh, with you, it's gonna be so much worse. And that's when they torture babies. But I'm telling you, I know the scream and the pain and all that is horrible, and nobody wants to go through it. They tell me they're gonna chain me, they're gonna make me. I was like, whatever degrading, disgusting, horrible, painful things you're gonna make me experience. You tell me that between that and being forced to get sexual arousal to your own child, now that you don't even want your child to be near you, having to like abandon, like leave your child away because you don't want to deal with this disgusting experience, because unfortunately they are forcing you to get sexual arousal to your own child. Or even seeing your child being tortured and you can't do nothing. And hearing some teenage next door shit laughing about how your child is like being cooked. I'm sure a lot of these parents were like, torture me as much as you want, but don't do anything to my child. I'm sure they'll be like, just cook me, torture me, do this, but let my child. At least all the good parents, they're for sure. It's like, don't do nasty shit. So that's the worst here. And I'm so glad thank God that this is happening to me, just me, not me, and if I had a child. Because I would have killed somebody immediately. I wouldn't just let some teenage laugh at my child's being cooked up. I would murder this person. I couldn't, like, thank God. I couldn't, or even if I didn't see this, like, I would have taken my life. I could not just stand there and just like, oh, my child is being cooked up. And then the stimulation sensation to your own child. That's the most terrible things you can deal with as a target individual. Is not only being tortured, which is already horrible. You can't even be your best parent because you're going through sufferance. But on top of that, they're utilizing your child as a way to psychologically breaking you down by forcing you to get sexual arousals, being tortured by this manipulation that they force you onto you. Then torturing your child to just torture you. And then torturing your child and then having some next door neighbor mocking the torture of your child to psychologically break you down. And then hear some teenage trash around you try to turn you into a mental retard to think that this is a community thing, this trash. And so this ability to find this information now is getting easier. Even when, because I'm using this ChatGPT. Listen, ChatGPT or this AI, what they do is they synthesize the information, right? They give you, based on everything, they just kind of summarize the information. The truth is, it's not like verbatim exactly the testimonials. It's just kind of like based on what the common things are being said, they put the testimony together. But actually what's happening is watering it down a little bit more. It's like the testimonials are watered down a little bit. When the actual is worse. They will try to gaslight me. It's like, you see, this is not exactly the same. It's like, if anything, it seems like this is a little bit sugar-coated, a little bit more. When you hear the actual what was said, it's even more like the testimonies are even worse. You just feel even more raw in regard of like evilness. The summarized, synthesized versions of what's being said, it seems like it's just taking a little bit away from the harshness of what this TI is claiming. They're trying to gaslight me using... So for me, what happens is the perps don't minimize the torture or the gaslighting because there's more validation. What happens is they double down. They go even more crazy to gaslighting you. It's like they think they can override. And if not, now they've just destroyed your body even more. Even more. Or they make you dumb. My brain is my thought process is so rewired in a level of stupidity that I can't even put in words how my thoughts are being forced to start rationalizing things. And it's more morphed into this state of stupidity where these clowns then go in and try to gaslight me. They'll try to talk about their style and this and try to play with my brain. Listen, they tell me, in this program they talk about framing. There's a lot of framing. They use this disgusting little teenage shit. Tell me I hate this shit. Excuse my language. Because they gamify this thing. For them, it's like a game they enjoy having. Like, they love to create emotion. Listen, this is some nobody teenage trash. They have nothing going in life. To make somebody have this emotion distress, especially an adult. It's empowering to them. This little nothing, this little who is not mentally stable, can make a grown person agitated. They love this. You can tell they just like feed off the fact that little nothings like that can just make somebody just like. And so they love to do that. When they tell me how they're gonna frame. It's like I don't want to be somebody who crash out. But at this stage, I've made enough warning that if these clowns do this game in front of me and play this thing and want to behave this way in front of me, now we're talking about something real. There's gonna be reality happening. I don't want that to happen. But at this point, every day, I make sure that I prepare myself to face these clowns the way they need to be faced. I hear the horrible things they're part of, the nastiness. And so when we face each other, brace yourself. I'm not somebody who's an aggressive in person. I'm not aggressive at all. I don't want to have that. It's below me. But at this point, nothing is below me. I'll crash out the way I need to if needed. This trash was like, yeah, you like that style. They make me think the way they dress. Because this teenage trash here, I don't know if they make money out of this. But some of them have some like sneakers that I'm like, this is not some cheap sneaker. This sneakers is probably worth all my shoes combined. Or like a portion of it. They don't dress like I was dressing when I was a teenager. They definitely, and so they try to find a way because they try to make me look at them and it's like, little nothingness. Look at me and look at you. I was like, I don't even know how this teenage trash can look at me. Listen, I'm not saying I'm like a bad, good looking person or this and that, but let's just say that you look at me and look, what could you even say to me? You like a tree, like you're like an object, like something that you pass by, you don't even. And so they're trying to make me think down, but the style, like that style, and they make me think of like one little teenage trash that was standing like back front facing me, and she had like a blue jacket. I'm like, I can wear this jacket. It's like you got a style that I can wear. And then a while ago, there's some teenage, some late teen. She was skinny. She was struggling to put it back. But in my brain, they try to make her have more, like, as I'm saying that they have this thing of making me itch when she was like so skinny and struggling to put like a big back on. But she had a big pants. And I remember when I looked at look at even the pants that she's wearing. That was a few years back, like 2022, 2023 or something like that. And I remember laughing at those pants. I was like, what do you look even what she's wearing? And apparently today, when you look at the style of pants, this is what people wear today. So I was behind, in style to mark that. But it was like, to me, I was like, what the, even the way she's wearing her jeans. And like you see, you're like, Estelle. It's trash ass. To try and then try to give me stimulation and make this teen, whatever it is, or late teen, try to make her have like more weight on her. To make her look womanly. Make me imagine that in my brain. To try to, it's like reconstructing reality. It's like, yeah, okay, come, bring your little retarded style. Some of them just look trashy looking teenage trash. Ugh. But I've warned them. You know, I can only do what I can do my part of warning these clowns. Like, you do these things. I know you see me being a polite and respectable person, but